Hey guys, welcome to a special video I wanted to do. Yesterday, Tuesday, I watched Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and I'm a big sci-fi fan. I love the Star Trek, Star Wars, Farscape. Not a big fan of Battlestar Galactica or Babylon 5. Big fan of Stargate, and sci-fi is big right now. You got The Force Awakens, you got the new Star Wars trilogies with spin-offs, you got the Orville on Fox, which is really good, you got the new Star Trek on CBS Access, which is also supposedly really good. That first few episodes I saw were really good. You got a new Stargate coming out, Blade Runner with a big hit, and that's kind of like really science fiction. And so sci-fi is this. Now, these are going to be spoilers for the rest of this video. We're just going to have the Last Jedi trailer playing in the background, but I thought this movie was kind of shitty. It was just didn't make any sense. It made no sense. It is just further proving that Disney has really nothing to work on in terms of even the Marvel and Star Wars, you know. The Rogue One, which I think is an amazing movie, was kind of just based on one line saying a lot of people died. Though the story and arc was pretty cool and the characters were really great, but I feel like what they're doing with this new trilogy is kind of a fucking joke. The Force Awakens was really just a New Hope, like shot-for-shot remake. It's like if George Lucas had, you know, the money and the time and this time, like right now, that's what the New Hope would be. And then this is pretty much Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back, kind of. The first third of this movie is kind of, you know, the Empire Strikes Back. There's literally there's two Hoth scenes in this fucking movie. Like, it's really bad. There's even a joke at the end. So, to start off, it's kind of, hold on, it's kind of them trying to escape their planet they were on the Force Awakens, and, you know, they're getting bombarded by the Empire. Stop me if you've heard of this. And so, they got, the general guy coming in, and they bring in the Star Destroyers, and then a Dreadnought comes in, and he's just aiming down, everybody gets up, and then the, what's his name, the crazy, oh, God, oh, Jesus, I should have gotten his name, yeah, Oscar Isaac, Poe. He's like, he goes in there by himself, right through a Dreadnought, and just takes out all the turrets, so the cruisers can get through. It's like, not even a problem. Just bam, pound, pound, pound. Not a problem. And the guy, the captain on the Dreadnought is like, get the TIE Fighters! I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So TIE Fighters come out, he survives, he pulls back, then bombers come in with more fighters. And it's like, okay, shit's getting crazy. Bombers are blowing out. A lot of casualties. What's going on? One last bomber is here. She's by herself. She's being screamed. Oh, you gotta drop the bombs. You gotta drop the bombs. We're in space. We gotta drop the bombs. The science fiction in this movie is god awful. It's god awful, but that's not really the problem with this. But she's like, you gotta drop the bomb. So she gets up, and there's nobody else on the board. She's gone, and she's like, oh shit, I gotta press this button. Oh no, it dropped. I fell down, and I'm like, okay, she's shaking this ladder so it comes down. It's like, oh no, it's gonna come down, and she just grabs it, and she drops the bombs, and it's on the key point, and there's like this circle, literally a target on the fucking Dreadnought that she's flying over, and it's like, it's the bomber. It's that spot. It's her. It's the bomber. It's the spot. It's her. And then she drops them, and the Dreadnought blows up. And then that's that. They all retreat. Leia says, yo, you fucked up real bad, man. A lot of people died. It's like, motherfucker, you just destroyed a Dreadnought. It's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what the fuck is going on here? It's just, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, shit. Huh. Jake Dolly just subscribed. Well, I just forgot to turn that off. Well, thanks, Jake. And those things are so fucking annoying. Like, they're so annoying. This movie is just so bad. So once that happens, we get back to Rey and Luke, and it's kind of like she's handing the lightsaber to Luke. She's like, "Hey, guide me." Also, I think Rey, Daisy Ridley, I think she's doing a good job, but she's just an unlikable character. She's just a god. She's literally a god in this movie, and at the end, she literally becomes a god. It's just like some serious Deus Machina bullshit in this movie. Like, she hands the lightsaber to Luke. Luke just throws it out. There's a lot of wiki bacon. Oh wait, no. Hey, guess what? It's Dagobah. We're back on Dagobah. This is literally The Empire Strikes Back. They do some witty dialogue. It's kind of funny. We get some more kind of like, hey, Kylo Ren and Rey are like linking up, but who's doing it? And it's just like, wait, are they twins? Are they twins? Is she a clone? It's kind of like, it's just like, okay, this is actually kind of building up to something. It's building up to something. But Snook, that's what I was thinking of, Snook. And it just drags for too long. Like, this part right here, she just hands him, yeah, you know, you get this part, this is literally the front, and he grabs it, and he looks at it, and then the next scene is he literally just throws it out. Like, he just throws it out. This scene right here is this, like, this is such a bullshit scene. You think Luke is just watching her, like, train. No, she just has her stick, and Luke just walks down on her. She's fighting with her, like, staff, and she just, like, does that, and then she pulls out the lightsaber, and then that she picked up from Luke Skywalker that threw off. She, like, one night, she picked it up and then took it, and that's her lightsaber, and now she just does this. It's like, oh, whoa. And then, like, a few seconds later, she just cuts it off, and then it's a comic relief kind of joke. There's, like, creatures on this island that are, like, old creatures that help the Jedi, but the Jedi are all gone. It's just, like, the scene in the trailer is made to be a kind of, like, oh, shit, this is just, Luke is telling her how to be the Force, and, like, we're gonna figure out who she is later on. And then this point right here is, kind of sometime later on this island where you're like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to be the Force. And she's like, okay, you need to meditate. And she's thinking about the island. She's thinking about all the stuff. And she sees the darkness and she's like, oh my God, she has the real Force. But she really never shows any Force, like, power. You know, in The Force Awakens, she's like, hey, can you just untie me? I'm a god here. Just untie me. And the Stormtrooper just unties her. Like, she just doesn't, she's not using, like, her Force to kind of, like, wiggle a lock or anything. She just literally goes to the fucking Stormtrooper and say, hey, untie me. Okay, you're just gonna take me to a ship, okay? This is my show. This is my movie. I'm literally a god. So just get me out of here. We'll be good. Like, I really like Daisy. I think she's doing a good job, but I think she kind of does a shitty job. Like, she's just given really poor lines. And this movie really had me rooting for the Empire for this whole movie, because it is literally The Empire Strikes Back, like, and the Last Jedi, like, or not, The Return of the Jedi. Like, it's, and he's like, I've seen this Raw Shrek one before. It's Kylo Ren. So, like, okay, are they siblings? Are they siblings? And she kind of, like, destroys that, and then so yeah, and it's just like, oh, he's not going to teach her anymore. And then this scene right here has to do with, like, how Kylo Ren kind of destroyed the temple. So what happened was, you know, he was being taught, and Luke sensed the hatred in Kylo, and then wanted to do something about that. He was going to kill him, but then he restrained, but he had his lightsaber out. Kylo looked up and saw it, and he tried to, like, attack. And then just shit went crazy, and he just massacred. Again, it would have been really, really crazy if, like, this was shown a little bit more. But again, hey, you saw this before in the Clone Wars. Like, it's nothing new. A lot of these kind of scenes in this movie are kind of not new. And we're getting more, like, linkage between Kylo Ren and Rey of, like, hey, they might be siblings. There's some sort of link. And and it leads Rey to Kylo. Also, there's a really weird, what is it? Is it up here? Right here. This is the stupidest scene in this movie. So Kylo Ren right here is, I'm jumping up a little bit ahead, but Kylo Ren is talking to Snoke about what's going on, and he's like, Snoke's really pissed off about, hey, you let, Rey leave, the god. I mean, some people are like, well, Kylo Ren was plagued with her, but, like, seriously, she is literally a god in this movie. She takes very little damage. Everything is solved for her through magic. You know, maybe he was going all out. Maybe he wasn't playing with her. Maybe he was trying his best, and we don't know that. And so Snoke is really pissed off about this, and he, like, this is where, like, okay, you just got to take off the helmet. Maybe because of, like, maybe they... I'm pretty sure this is, like, a board meeting, because I liked it with his helmet. I liked it with his, like, vape chamber type of thing, of, like, okay, this is, like, Harbinger of Vader. It's pretty cool. But he gets pissed off. He's like, you're not Vader. You take off that mask. And then down the line, where is it? Like, literally right here, he's taken off the mask, and he never has the mask again. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. Then they attack these cruisers that, again, these are still the same cruisers that have left, like, Hoth 2.0. There's not really a lot of, like, movement here. Like, the Force Awakens, they're going to different planets. They're going to different areas. In the Last Jedi, they go to 2 planets. Well, 3 planets. 2 of them are Hoth. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck? It's like Hoth 2.0, Hoth 3.0. I'm like, and then this right here, I think is really cool. I was like, okay, Carrie Fisher's right there. She's dead. Is this gonna die? Is she gonna die? And cut to that. It would have been crazy if she died. But no, it's crazier that she doesn't die. She doesn't die. I thought that was, like, fucking cool. They blow her up. Kylo Ren doesn't blow it up. The other 2 tail guys with him blow it up. She gets ejected out, and then, like, she's just sitting there. And she's like, oh, fuck. She uses her force to get back in, which is kind of really fucking cool. I'm like, this is, like, really fucking cool. It's like, oh, wait, Leia has the force, and though she's not as prevalent as Luke, she could still use it to survive. And then she's like, okay, so this is CGI. I'm like, I'm really hoping more from Carrie Fisher. I thought she was good in The Force Awakens, and she's pretty good in this too. I think everybody's doing a good job, but I just think the story is not much. Also, Chewbacca has, like, maybe 2 minutes of, like, screen time on this whole fucking movie. I'm pretty sure the amount of time he's in this trailer is, like, about the same amount of time he was in the movie. He's kind of like a side character. It's really, like, it's like a cameo. The Force Awakens was just total nerdgasm. Hey, fan service. Hey, hey, remember the old trilogy, the prequels? Or not the original trilogy. Here they are here again. You got R2-D2, and then, like, a lot of that stuff is kind of boring. It's kind of boring. So, we fast forward into the way the rebels escape is through, like, light speed, but there's a little plot device saying, hey, they're tracking through light speed. Oh shit, they got a device to do that, so they can't escape. So what they plan with the what is it, Finn and what's his Poe try to figure out is, like, hey, we have to shut that thing down. So you need to find they talk to the girl with the biggie eyes from the Force Awakens, say, hey, you got to go over here to this planet, check out this guy with a red flower lapel. They're like, okay. They go to Cloud City. I mean, this casino area, and you know, Finn and this one other girl, you know, show up, and they're like, okay, we're gonna find him, and hey, guess what? We got the rolling robot, and it's just, okay, we're just looking around here, spending like 10 minutes looking around and all that, and B finds, oh, I found him, he's right over there. It's like, and then the Finn and this other girl like, hey, yeah, get caught because they parked their ship on the beach. It's like, there you are, and then, like, this guy with the lapel is like playing craps, and his like girlfriend or sister or whatever companion is like, oh, I feel like we have to do something there. It's like, ah, whatever. They end up in jail. So this like one little thing just like doesn't make any fucking sense, goes in, done. So then they end up in jail. They meet the real codebreaker. Oh, a codebreaker that will help. And this is where Lando Calrissian comes in. I don't know if you've heard this. So we're still in the Empire Strike Back. So if you don't know about Empire Strike Backs, Lando is a friend of Han who betrays them kind of towards the middle of the area and gives them up to the you know, the Empire. So that's going to happen later on. And I'm like, okay, so that's Lando. I'm watching this. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, okay, I'll get you out of here. I'll be your codebreaker. He escapes. Finn and the other girl go another pass, and it's just like, okay, it's taking way too long, man. This movie is like so fucking long. Like, it's way too long and boring for really not much going on. They go escape. They get picked up by B and Lando Calrissian 2.0. They say, hey, it's gotta be a price. They're also like a little bit of background dialogue of like background like setup of like, hey, he stole Lando 2.0 stole the ship, but he also this person that owns the ship sells to the Empire and the Rebels. So like, hey, this is like commentary on war. I mean, so once that happens, they make us like, here. She takes the necklace. It's a necklace from the first scene. It's just really dumb. This is my sister. This is like, they were sisters. It's like the Tao. She gives it like to him, Lando 2.0. Okay, this will do it. Then with you know, Ren kind of like, okay, I'm done with my training. I'm gonna help with Kylo Ren try to get back. Luke is destroying the temple. They get back to wait, was it? No. Ren gets on the Millennium Falcon, goes to Kylo, who's on Snook's ship, which is a giant ship. And all this is still happening where, like, it's just really stupid. They're slowly escaping. The rebels are slowly escaping, but they're running out of fuel. So there's this, like, constant frames of these big, huge warships, Star Destroyers, and Snook's, like, mega dreadnought just shooting at this little cruiser. And slowly, over the past, like, 2 hours, like, a ship will go out and then blows up. And, like, oh my god! It's just, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And we get to the point where we're kind of Chewie drops off Rey onto Snook's ship. Kylo Ren takes him to Snook, and then there's this like probably the highlight of the movie when it slowly turns from Empire Strikes Back to the end of oh, here we go. Here's that dreadnought. To the end of The Last Jedi. Or not The Last, Return of the Jedi, where Snoke is like, hey, look, we're destroying your enemies, and Vader, I mean, Kylo Ren is like, you should join us, kind of type of thing. And one thing leads to another. There is a, like, struggle. The Empire, Snook takes up Kylo Ren, or not Kylo, but Rey, up in the air, and just like, I'm gonna kill you. And then Kylo Ren is like using the Force to turn on the lightsaber, kills Snook, and then like, oh shit, oh fuck. This is literally the Return of the Jedi. And shit goes down. It's like a really cool, this movie is gorgeous, and it's just like, holy shit, this is finally, we're getting a fighting scene. Hey, maybe Kylo Ren isn't that bad. Maybe he's gonna change. Maybe he will change, because that would be something different. Hey, shit, if Rey changed to be the bad guy, that would be something different. But no, at the end, I guess if Kylo did become the good guy, that would have been the same. Would kind of been like the same at the end of the Return of the Jedi. But it turns out to be a whole scheme to kill Snook, so Kylo Ren become like the Lord Supreme Leader, and that's it. They do a battle. Rey leaves. We never see Rey again until the end of the movie. Never see end of the movie. Then we get down to Hoth 2.0. Also, while that's going on, or Hoth 3.0, Finn, this girl, and Lando Calrissian 2.0 try to disable it, but they get caught. and then Lando Calrissian gives them up, and then the transports get shot at. It's just like fucking so stupid. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just like, it's not real. There's a lot of like, okay, this happened in this movie. This already happened in Star Wars. This already happened in Star Wars. This already happened in Star Wars. Now, for the end here is Finn and the girl escape during the huge explosion that destroyed Snook's ship because of a carrier. The carrier just shot one of the carriers, a rebel carrier, turned around, went light speed backwards, and blew that shit up. Whatever. Science fiction, soft. Then we get down to Hoth 3.0. And then they have this battle. Also, it's realized that, you know, Rey is like a nobody. She's a nobody. Okay, where are we? Oh yeah, here. Wait, this is where they... Here we go. Hoth 2.0. Literally Hoth 2.0. Literally Hoth 2.0. So you have these speeders. So the thing was, they had a battering ram, and then they were going to destroy this big huge fortress because they're on Hoth 3.0. And there's even a joke here when the rebels come out to defend. There's a joke saying, and this one guy just tastes the salt, tastes the ground. It's like, this is salt. Like, hey guys, I know we're kind of fucking creatively bankrupt. This is salt. This is not Hoth. This is not Hoth 2.0. This is Hoth 3.0. There's also the speeders. There's walkers. I think it's AT-ATs, walkers. Just, and then the main like thing is, this battery, this like mini Death Star that's gonna put a hole into that. Wait, where is it? Can we get a good shot? Yeah, into this giant wall right here, and it's gonna be like, okay, this is it. This is it. Finn then is like, okay, I'm gonna run into it. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, so these walkers right here. Then there's a kind of a like a battering ram type of thing that's back here that's gonna push a hole, and then the only way to destroy it is to, like, you know, kind of run into it. So Finn is like, fuck it, I'm gonna do the hero thing and run right into it. Right before he crashes in, the girl from earlier knocks him out. I'm like, oh fuck, that would have been cool if he died. Like, that would have been fucking crazy if he died, but he doesn't. The other girl dies. I think she dies. I don't know. And it just, like, what? Just fucking destroy it or something. And it's just like, what the fuck are they doing in this movie? Everything is just too predictable.
Just show me my place in all this.
And she has no place. So there's a lot of linkage here. Let's see here. Yeah. But then, you know, the gate opens and they start moving over. Luke, you know, astral projects into the area, does some talk with Leia, then wants to fight, you know, fights, you know, gets down there, he walks in front, all the walkers shoot at him, nothing happens. Like, fire, 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 and Kylo's just, like, super fucking pissed because he just wants to get rid of this guy. He goes down there, he fights him, and, like, Luke Skywalker's like, holy shit, this motherfucker has it. And, you know, it's just, he's gonna do, you know, kind of, like, cut him. He, like, Kylo does one, like, sweep cut through, and he cuts through him, and he knows he cut through him, and then he turns around, and he's still around. And he goes up to him and pokes him with the lightsaber, and he's not there, and he's just, like, fucking pissed. While that's happening, they're going out a back way, because everybody's like, yo, how did Luke Skywalker got in here? And they're like, another plot device is like, hey, where's these creatures? Those creatures. The Tauntauns 2.0. So they escaped out a tunnel, but then they go out through a tunnel, and they see it's a rock cave. But here comes the god, Rey. God Rey comes in. Holy shit, it's a god Rey. She comes in, well, hey guys, I haven't really been taught, you know, back on Dagobah, when with Luke on that water planet, we really didn't do much stuff. I kind of just hit a rock a little bit, and I just kind of lifted some, like, pebbles off the ground. So I'm just going to use my hand and then just lift all these rocks, and that's going to happen. I think it would have been crazier if she didn't have a any force power. I thought that would have been fucking crazy if she, like, she has force power, but they're so fucking weak, and it's minute. She can only, like, maybe manipulate, like, people's minds and move a few rocks or bring something to her. No, she lifts this giant fucking piles of rocks. Like, we've never seen her use much force. In the Empire Strikes Back, through training and through the crucible of, you know, Dagobah and Yoda, because it's a hellish planet. It's a bad planet. Shit's gonna die and shit's gonna kill you there. But, like, sooner or later, Luke, with struggles, tried to lift up his X-Wing up to save, you know, Leia, and that's, like, really cool. We don't really see much force power like that. We see a couple like swifts of a robot or swifts of something, or really not a lot of power. In this, we see raw power of, like, hello, I'm a telekinesis, and she's just, like, lifting her hand up, like, she's smiling, like, hey, I'm a god. Again, I don't want to stress this enough. I think she was just given bad lines. I think her character is really bad. I do love, you know, Daisy Ridley. I think she was just put in the Force Awakens was really good. This is just a joke and a slap in the face to, like, real Star Wars fans that, like, come here to escape and see something different. But realistically, The Last Jedi is The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi smashed into one movie with, like, you know, fandom jizz all over the place. It would have been crazy if, like, she tried to move it, she couldn't, so she had to use the blasters on the Millennium Falcon. That would have been fucking crazy. It's like, oh shit, she's not gonna have enough, so maybe in the third one, they will have something else. But at the end of the movie, like, you understand that, like, hey, no one took, they sent out a trash beacon, no one took it, so it's literally, like, 40 people left in the rebellion. Through, like, the original trilogy and The Force Awakens, there's these massive battles between the rebels and the Empire. In The Force Awakens, at the end, they destroy the Starkiller that destroyed, like, a couple planets before. So there's a, like, okay, so the rebels are back. They're, like, taking control. But no, there are literally, at the end of this movie, 40 of them. At the end of Empire Strikes Back, we had no idea what was happened. Luke finds out Vader is his father. He loses a hand. We also find out that Luke and Leia are kind of brother and sister. We also lose Han. We also find out that Lando Calrissian is actually kind of a good guy, and he was worried about his people. At the end of this, we find out that Rey's a god. Snoke is nobody. Rey is nobody. Kylo Ren is still pissed. Luke is dead. But, like, he just passed out. And the only person that's kind of alive is actually the only person that's actually real dead in real life. I think this movie is kind of bad. You know, it just shows that Disney's kind of creatively bankrupt. But that being said, this movie is up to $1 billion. So somebody likes this. Somebody liked this. And I just couldn't stand it. I literally couldn't stand this movie. I was just joking. If you've watched The Force Awakens, you could skip this. Really, the next movie, Nick, that comes out this year, 2018, because they're doing spin-offs, is the Han Solo. I could give a shit. Like, give us something original. Like, seriously, give us something original. 2019 is when you see the conclusion of this trilogy. What does that look like? I just do not fucking care about this. If it was the first movie was like The Force Awakens, Rey, it's like if Rey, like halfway in between, finds Luke randomly, they train, they destroy the Star Killer, blah blah blah, just nerdgasm. Han dies at the end, Leia still lives, and Luke, and they all band together. And it's been something completely original with here. We never see Luke. We only see Leia. Because Luke fights Kylo Ren and dies. Or, like, does this, like, you know, the Obi-Wan Kenobi thing of, like, you strike me down, I'll become more powerful than ever before. And it's just disappointing. Like, I felt like, okay, well, I only watched it out of curiosity. And this movie isn't interesting. Well, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this 30-minute rant on The Last Jedi. It's kind of boring. It's really long. I think there's just too much shit going on. Or there's really not enough shit going on. You know, I actually like the prequels in terms of, like, setting up a universe. They set up a massive universe. In the original trilogies, there's really not much going on. You know, there's really just a story between these, you know, small microcosms. In The Force Awakens, it's kind of a mix between the two, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Disney understands about expanding a universe, not the expanded universe, and then still having a rich story, which the original trilogy had. In this one, this is literally just like, hey guys, fucking, we don't know what's going on. Here's some shitty writing. The story is pretty shitty. Like, it's just, I don't know. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys like watching this. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Caboose967. Make sure to check out the Discord link down in the description. Also, check out the Discord, the Humble Bundle links down below. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.